Hello, hello, I'm Ringru.
And I'm Graham.
Here today with another 1v1 from the Wargame Bootcamp Discord Elite Tournament. We are on a highway. It is heading to Shoal, who is traveling on this highway today.
We're about to mech it up right now, Rang. So on the left, we have Feanor playing as Dutch-German Mechanized. And on the right, in the red, we have Krot playing as GDR Mechanized. And as you know, I'm a huge fan of any time there's East German gameplay. So super excited to see just standard GDR mech Moat Shutzening gang rolling out.
Yeah, playing GDR mech, especially in a tournament like this, is extremely based, I would have to
Yes.
say. And it's a pretty damn good deck considering it's just a single nation deck. The GDR boys got good T-72s, got attack helicopters, I mean, mod shoot and spam. What more is needed to be said?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it honestly matches up very well against Dutch German core. So, like, Dutch Germans have a couple, I think things going Martyr 2 obviously could be a problem, maybe in certain situations. But overall, you're going to take Moat Schutzen, you're going to take T-72s. You have a decent Air Force. I think they pretty match up very well there. You have decent, good AA. I mean, you get the Tor, So I think that honestly, the East Germans, like, this is a very viable play, and it might even be a little bit better.
Indeed, and just seeing the openers going out in a Apache Escort, Scout now Echo, and we're seeing. I don't know if whether Fennel's going to be doing a heavy investment up north, but it's already quite a few units maneuvering around that location.
Yeah, we see him pushing a Luke's all the way up top there. Unfortunately for Feanor, that's not the Warno Luke's, but it is moving into position and can be quite deadly there at the 20 mil. But he's just kind of trying to take an advanced position, whereas Krot has some infantry going up there. Looks like some Moat Schutzen along with a Recon T-55. So I don't think either player really looks like they're going to go that heavy in the northern position. Although there is two 2A1s going up there.
Oh wow,
So
that's
maybe I'll retract my statement.
yeah, it is quite a heavy investment.
Oh, and the
in
Mara 2 is
tanks.
actually going up that way now. Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so actually looks like Feanor is going to at least push golf to some extent there. We see Krot kind of unloading each of them opening up with basically three
Oh
of their heaviest tanks, three
yeah,
2A1s or three 272S1s.
that's a lot of armor off the bat, especially considering this is just mech gang play. I wonder if they're gonna, head on engage at some point because they are kind of close.
Yeah, I'm having a little German Civil War action here right now, and so I'm really excited to see how it plays out. BMP2 is actually deployed here as well in support of these moat shoots. They push them in Delta. There's not really much to contest them, so they should be able to kind of anchor in that forest line. Whereas we see Feanor is starting to kind of like make his push in the Gulf. Yeah, he's even got a Gepard there for a little bit of AA as well. And there's not actually too much there to contest it.
No, there's really not a whole lot at T-55, and all the other infantry are pretty much just a speed bump. It's just whether Feanor will be able to take it fast enough before any serious reinforcements do head that direction.
Yeah, it's kind of like on a timer, right? Like how much can you get done here? We see a Milan 2 opening up here on the T-72. Misses. There's three of them there, quickly taking out a couple pieces of infantry and some recon infantry for Feanor. Feanor kind of taking a little bit of his time, I think, getting into golf here.
Yeah, and also into Delta as well. He's played very passively in Delta. You usually want to try to at least get some infantry into the central position
Yeah.
of Delta, but I think due to the T-72 positioning, he's had to unload everything in that tiny triangle forest just northwest of the position.
Yeah, it gives him like a little like anchor, that he can kind of contest Delta for a significant period of time. But taking into the middle forest, really kind of decides who controls the point in most of these games. Yeah, we see the Milan 2 here. It does actually get a hit as it's being shot by the T-72, but repair truck already coming, or supply truck, coming up, and smoke put in front of these with some BB2s now to actually screen. And Krot actually not even caring. He's going to keep moving forward. There he goes.
Yeah, these T-72s are in a pretty good position to start pounding away and try to get control over the northern part of Delta. You are seeing Feanor counter-react by maneuvering his Leopard 2s from Charlie onto the ridgeline here, so that could be some very good side shots if those T-72s do decide to continue the advance.
Yeah, it definitely makes Krot have to put it, kind of on notice that he can't just advance down that road there, even though he cleared out a lot of the, stuff on the other side of it. But it does take away some of the potency from the push that's going to go into your golf. We see the Grenadiers are pushing forward. One of them got messed up by something with the T-55 here. So the Luke's going to kind of be a little critical in helping. Oh, this is much as an 9 though, so Luke's going to have to stay well away from that RPG-7.
Oh yeah. We're seeing the Grenadiers and Delta actually getting quite a bit of smoke cover here. I
Yeah.
think he's going to try and rush into the village just south of the position. We're also seeing the Concourse team trying to make it over the air as well. So it's going to be a race for the village, and the Grenadiers, well, okay, there's the special troops nearby, should be able to come out on top.
Yeah, the Grenadiers should win the Alpha Clear right there. They have all their guns turned off because they're meant for just spotting. But these Grenadiers are going to get into this town. Oh, we actually, okay, so Krot does see it now, recognize it. Though we see the YPRs with the 25 mils there hitting from the side. Yeah, already going down. The Grenadiers will be able to take that complex, and Krot trying to get that Conquerors out of there quick.
He needs to bugger out, and that's a very good position for the Grenadiers. I mean, that definitely does allow Feanor to actually get almost a surrounding position on Delta here. We see Krot pretty much has a good control of it, slap bang in the center, but his northern and southern pushes does give Feanor a bit of leeway in attacking that location.
Yeah, and so we see BMP2s coming up here to try and suppress the Grenadiers because they did exit the building, and they're going to pay for that really quick. If the second one gets involved here, really quick, you're going to watch. Yeah, just instantly annihilated. The time to kill on that BMP2 on them is just insane. CV also already brought out here by Krot from Delta, which is honestly a little bit risky considering the positioning that we have here. The push is going well here in Gulf so far. There's not a lot. So reinforcing mode shooting coming up, but Feanor at least has a very good toehold in Krot's own zone.
Yeah, that's a very good position in Gulf. The mod shooting will definitely make it a bloodbath, trying to kick him out the forest unless he gets some good artillery or air support action in there. But still, just from his current position, he can set up Leopard 2A runs and ATGMs across the hilltop and start pounding into Delta and really limit Krot's ability to maneuver around that point.
Yeah, if you're Krot right now, you want to hold on to this section. You don't want him to get along that ridgeline there. Like, you do exactly what you talked about. So this fight here is critical. Though these are most shoots at 90, and the T-72S getting the shot there. 2A1 going down, Rain.
Yeah, that was a clean kill. And that's going to definitely relieve a bit of pressure here. I think the mod shootings, if they get these good CQC fights, can clear out a good chunk of Feanor's troops in Gulf.
Yeah, Feanor overextending a little bit with that Leopard 2A1, trying to get in some action there against the Moat Shoots. Though going against Moat Shoots at 90 probably isn't the wisest move either. And Krot makes him pay for it. The T-72 is coming out on top right there. And if you're Krot, I think you have to feel like you got a nice little chunk of momentum.
Yeah, it was definitely a very effective trait. He's going to need probably some armored units, like a good T-72 in Gulf to actually help him clear the point out, but it does relieve a bit of stress.
Yeah, and he actually, I think he's listening to you because he did call a T-72 M1 that's already on the way there. That's going to go into Gulf. I mean, that alone with the Moat Shoots and the Alpha Clear squad a spot should be able to clear out Gulf currently. And so now Feanor, I think he's either got to double down or, start making some action happen here in Delta.
Yeah, I mean, both sides are mech. Delta is the mech grindy spot in this map. You have essentially an infinite amount of foot sloggers on both sides, so you might as well start chucking them into the point.
Yeah, and both sides also doubling down on more armor, because we see Feanor with another 2A1 called out to replace the one that he lost there. So he does have two 2A1s on the field, along with three 2A1s, along with a couple of the Dutch Recon Leopard tanks. Whereas Krot, brought out a T-72 S1 as well.
Yeah, so this is just a whole heap of armor, and all of Krot's armor is very packed up together.
Yeah, I mean, especially with mech on mech, I don't think he's not too worried about it being artillery or anything like that. So you can kind of keep that armor close together. It's like a fist kind of, right? And you use it to kind of bully his opponent's positions. We see that Leopard 1A1 right there trying to get some damage in. And Krot, I think he's just kind of content because Echo is capped by Feanor, which is expected. Typically, that player from his position kind of controls Echo, and the fight goes over who's going to get Delta, right? So I'm kind of curious to see what he does here because Krot's starting to flex out onto the field a little bit more now into Delta.
He is. He's moving up his BMPs to try to provide some fire support for the Modchusen, but the Milan 2's in a lovely spot to get some long range hits.
Smoke already coming down though from the mortar there by Krot. So, and by missing his first, let's see if he gets a shot here. Nope, it misses again. So the Milan 2 actually only one missile, hasn't done that much there, and the BMP 2 is helping clear out some infantry.
Yeah, and they're going to bugger off back into the forest before anything bad can happen to him.
Yeah, and now Krot, honestly, if he could resupply his Conquerors team, he could get up there and put his own ATGM infantry into that village line there. But it does look like he's going to continue to reinforce his position here. T-72 M1 also arriving at Golf, so I'd expect a push now pretty soon. Yeah, and you can see the infantry already pushing out there, spotting the MX-13, the C-72 M1. Yeah, looking for it. He just killed something, and now he's on the hunt.
Yeah, he should be able to clear his position out pretty quickly. It does seem like Feanor was like amassing a lot of forces just in that northwestern forest. I mean, yeah, you got the 3 Leopard 2A1s in that one position, but it's a hard position to leverage out from. If he tries to push across the open field, the T-72s are going to outgun him.
Right, and especially that's where the situations where the deck, and we talked about favorability, having 10 T-72 S1s, I mean, sure, it's 20 more points, but it's the better tank. You also could supplement that with T-72 M1s. So the armor potential for East Germany is actually quite substantial for a mechanized deck. And you're really seeing it on the field right now. And if I'm Feanor, I really don't know if I want to take a frontal armor engagement against Krot.
No, it's just not really worthwhile. You need to use those ATGMs, probably try to get some effective peace range strikes to knock them out. But he is going to start moving up, using the cover of smoke to get him a bit closer in Delta, which does help him a little bit in that armor-on-armor engagement. But we're also seeing the T-72s move up.
Yeah, and T-72, so one of them does get spotted, takes a hit there from the Leopard 2A1, 2 HP down. And so this is where, like, the war game, you know, the micro in terms of, like, how the tank play can play out is really important. So Feanor does strike first here, though we do see the Bootcamp get a shot into the Leopard 2A1. Oh, and I think Krot might commit.
Oh, they're committing.
Honestly, a bomber of any kind right on top of Feanor's position could be critical.
Yeah, one of the T-72's got side-shotted, I believe, by the Recon Leopard. We're getting CQC action here. Stosstrooping and Modchusen's going at it.
Yeah, we see one T-72 committing here right now. He's trying to evacuate one of them because he did get hit from that side shot as you talked about there. And so we see shots going out here. Stosstrooping are winning out. No planes whatsoever called out by either player yet. So they're going to kind of just, okay, Krot assigning discretion is the better part of Valor. They're backing up his T-72s.
Yeah, but definitely good position. Well, I'd say good push here, but this counter-attack of the Modchusen spam will probably be enough to kick Feanor out of that forest.
Yeah, and now I like Krot's timing here. He's like, okay, I'm not going to overcommit my tanks here. He's bringing them back up now, and we see the Modchusen coming in. And one of them annihilated right there in quick succession. Modchusen still able to screen here. That Leopard, Recon variant needs to back up quick.
Yeah, he's getting some good hits.
Oh,
absolute trades back and forth.
Yeah, trades going down everywhere, though I think that Krot is going to end up the benefit, you know, he ends up a little bit better in these trades by picking off the earlier 2A1. And that Recon Leopard is getting so much value right now. T-72 trying to get a hit, and there it goes. It does get a hit. And it should actually get the kill here. Oh, no, it's going to back out and get...
Yeah, with only 1 HP, you don't want to be risking that. But Krot definitely got, like you said, a very good trade here. Managing to retake that position and also knock out quite a lot of those Leopard 2s.
Yeah, a lot of Leopard 2s, 2A1s went down there. Feanor calling out another one already, trying to help stabilize his front line a little bit. But this is a lot of firepower right now on the map. BMP 1s, along with BMP 2s and Modchusen are all over the place here in Delta. And he's repairing these T-72 S1s. They're going to be right back to the front here in just about a minute.
Yeah, he really has... If he can knock out these next 2 Leopard 2A1s, he has some very good potential to, like, get momentum and continue to push, because he just has a whole heap of troops all clumped up together. This is where you make pushes happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see there that so the Leopard Recon tanks are making their presence felt on the map here. They can be really annoying to deal with. It's kind of like it's the cheaper version of the M84 AH was AN AH.
Yeah, AN.
You go AN, yeah. And so but it's still very potent, especially having it in a mechanized deck right there. And it is wreaking some havoc, there on the Delta side flank for Krot. Though if he puts enough 2S1s, he should be able to push those back. Oh, and the Panzergrenade about to show himself. I don't know if Feanor knows that, or Krot knows that it's right there.
I also do like Feanor. Yeah, Luke's return all the way around the flank is.
Yeah.
Man's get himself into a decent position. He's mainly been using it for reconnaissance, it seems, but now he's going to run afoul of the 57 mil.
Yeah, he needs to be careful because the 57 can actually blap it pretty good.
It can.
It kind of, I think, depend on who shoots who first here. But we're about to find out. Luke's right down the edge. Oh, he doesn't even see it. No.
Oh, no line of sight. I think it's just the hill.
Yeah, the hill. And when we see the Moat shoots at 90 actually get a call right on top of these that Leopard Recon, and there it goes. Yep, you see it. Blapped it right there. They're taking one of out, which is a nice little pick off there for Krot, and helps kind of ease the tension there on the flank.
Yeah, and he can definitely start maneuvering that mod shoot and probably try to hit the rear lines here. Potential to get a CV sniper as well if things go according to plan, but the Recon Leopard just south of the highway probably be able to spot it, but no, he's going to go up the hill and probably side shot this Marder 2.
Yeah, the Marder 2 is going to get some shots into it. Yeah, oh, but it does go down anyways. 1 HP. What a Chad right there, that Moat Shoots squad. But he will eventually, I think, die. But getting a lot of value out of those Moat Shoots. And they're just showing you there's such an amazing infantry squad. And the fact that as GDR, you could just, as mechanized, you can put so many of them out onto the game, in the map.
Yeah, I mean, the Mod Shooter 90, it's just insane. Like, screw having G11s. You have a bloody RPG 7 with 24 AP and 50% accuracy. Yeah, that's pretty hot.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, we don't need a fancy G11 fake space gun.
No, we don't need the Krot space magic.
No, we definitely don't need that here. No moon base in this zone. But I will say, it is... I really do like the infantry that you can bring to bear here with the Moat Shoots and spam. It's one of the reasons like so many top players say that the Moat Shoots is one of the best infantry units you can call out. Even base Moat Shoots are great for the price. I mean, I think he actually has a card of them too. You can bring out a Moat Shoots with a BMP1 for 20 points.
Yeah.
Or is it 25 points?
It's 25 points because it used to be 30 points because the BMP1 was nerfed to 15 points for the longest time. But if, when Eugene came back and touched draw game again with the South African DLC, they rebuffed the BMP1 to 10 points, which is honestly better than the South African DLC in my mind.
Yeah, it is funny that you, because we see really right now just some skirmishing kind of going on, more 2A1s being brought up, nothing crazy. But yeah, I kind of agree. It's like that's a more impactful long-term change for the game because it affects, multiple nations and, kind of buffs certain units a little bit more than the South African DLC, which, while I think it was interesting and it's cool, it doesn't feel like it's had a lasting impact on the community.
Yeah, it all comes down to mod shoots and spam.
Yes, I'll take the Moat Shoots over the Roy Cat Rush every day, right?
Yes. Oh, I've seen an airplane actually being brought out. MiG-23 BN. I think he's
bring the cluster out. Yeah, he's going for the 2A1 there. He might get all 1 HP, but he loses the plane. Though, to be honest, that plane is only like 95 points, and you get 4 of them, I believe. So it's not like a huge loss, but you definitely want the kill.
You definitely want to finish it off. But at least it's going to put that Laboratory run out of action for quite a bit, because there's no resupply truck anywhere nearby, so...
No, and I think it just kind of further, cements... Feanor wants to push golf. I mean, he keeps investing resources, he keeps bringing up more heavy armor. He clearly, I think that he doesn't want to tangle and Delta anymore. And I can't necessarily say I blame him, but that kind of resets the clock on it. Krot, he does have a very slight lead, but it is a lead. So I think he's a little content right now to kind of continue the small little trades here.
Yeah, and also he just has mod shooting all over the place. Any area its Feanor needs to push, he's going to have to go through like a platoon's worth of mod shootings either way. And even though you do get some pretty good infantry with Dutch-German Corps, you're going to need a bit of extra firepower to win out against mod shooting spam.
Yeah, I guess you could Panzer Grenadier spam, right? But it's just not as cost efficient, I don't think. So like when you're going, like Panzer Grenadiers are great. There's no doubt about that. Or you need your IFVs to really do some heavy lifting. And we just haven't seen the Marder 2s, be put in a position where they can do a lot. So the infantry engagements have gone pretty much Krot's way the entirety of this game so far. He's also got valuable pickoffs with his Moat Shutzening, and his T-72 is about trade as well. And, we even see here these Grenadiers are pushing up, but there's no real armor support outside the Recon 1 Leopard in the back there, and this is just going to get shut down here. These poor Dutch Grenadiers just massacred.
Yeah, that's just a huge concentration of troops. So many T-72s. He's got the BMPs, the BTR, SPW-50s, just all amassed. I mean, this has been working so well for Krot, just being able to, like, big armored fish and push on through. And it's a shame for Feanor, he's not really punishing this player with some sort of, like, cluster or artillery.
Right.
Because this would be a fantastic target to cluster.
Does he get one? I don't know if you get a cluster bomber as Dutch-German.
You probably don't.
Because I think normally, like, if you go Eurocorps, you get the French cluster.
Yeah.
I might be missing something. I'm sure someone in the comments, they'll always let us know. But I don't think you get one. So you do get good ATGM aircraft, right, with Dutch-German, but no clusters, which kind of allows, Krot really can kind of blob here. It just makes these T-72s really potent, right? I mean, look, there's only 6 of them on the map right now.
Jesus
seven
Christ.
Seven of them, I think, altogether.
That's a few T-72s, and these Leopard ones are just not in a position to tangle with that much firepower. Good God.
No, I mean, honestly, Krot, he's playing a little passive, I think, for the amount of firepower he has. Obviously, in top-level Wargame, the minor trades really kind of what dictates the pace of the game, the skirmishes, and, the building up of, over time. But Krot has a ton of organic firepower on the map right now.
And he's got 2 tours now as well, so if any aircraft buggery tries to bugger him... Oh, almost one. Getting blacked.
Almost one. You almost jinxed it there, Ren.
Yeah, I did. If anything, tries to bugger him up from the air, he's going to have a very good time shooting it down.
Yeah, we see here basically a push, semi-push coming out of Krot, the same time that Feanor is launching one. 2A1's masked up here. They get a pick on one of the T-70. Yeah, one of the T-72s does go down right there. 3 2A1s engaging at one time. There is 4 of them there, though. And I would expect if you're Krot, and yeah, there it is. There's the cluster bomber. I was expecting it a little bit earlier in the game, and he used it up in the north, but here it comes in now. How much AA is around here to protect this? I don't see anything.
He's not committing.
Oh, no, he backed off. Wow.
What are you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of maybe a misclick or something there by Krot, because that looked like an excellent opportunity for him to really do a death blow to this West German armor.
On F-16s now?
Yeah, you got to get him out of there now. He's going to get blacked right here. Oh, he gets the bombs off, and then there goes the F-16, goes deep, towards opening up, it goes down. MiG-23 goes down as well. The cluster, I don't know what it killed. Oh, killed 1 2A1. Well, just from a price perspective, it's 100 points versus 95, so
it's not bad. It's honestly really damn good for 95 points.
Yeah, it should in most situations one-shot these tanks, if you get the right angle, if it hits correctly.
It's honestly like calling in a Cass and War Thunder.
Yeah, kind of.
You just suicide bomb.
You suicide bomb it. You throw it in there, it's going down.
Yes. I got 650 points, bitch. I'm coming to get you.
You should have just waited and got the drone. Though I saw that they're adding a tour, but they're giving it to the Chinese.
Oh, why?
Yeah, it's a little. I don't know. It's a little upsetting.
That's
Once again, War Thunder. Gaijin questioning, why do you waste thousands of hours in it? But Yujin does the same thing too. But we do see here that Leopard 2A1s are kind of positioning themselves. Feanor is gaining the lead here because he has sat the command Leopard 1 inside of Delta right there on the edge. But it does feel like Krot is in a really strong position right now. I mean, these Leopard 2s over here just doing work, and he's going to find this CV here in Echo.
Yes, and that's a really good person to Echo. Taking advantage of the momentum which he has. He's going to blap it. And yeah, just all the T-72s, he can afford to make a risky push like that.
Yeah, and then if he loses some T-72s, he falls back to T-72 M1s. So it's not like he has, if he loses his Leopard 2 S1s, he doesn't have options. He also has Heinz, which can be massive. He has cluster bombers. I think he has a Seria as well, doesn't he? Yeah. So We actually see Feanor here trying to come over, little armor blob, along with some Martyr 183s to try and counterattack here. Oh, the 2S1 was detracked here. Thank you, Eugen, and the random crits. He's going to need to keep smoking it up to save that T-72. Or his homie's actually just leaving him.
He's bouncing.
He said, nah, I ain't dying for you, bro, and you're sorry for your bad luck. RNGesus wasn't
Get your own parts.
Yeah, definitely get your own parts. Though Feanor's not really pushing it, so he might be alright.
We are seeing up north Feanor is making some small skirmish moves. He's got a decent amount of Panzer Grenadiers, and he's going to be committing. But there's there's 3 T-72M runs here, because why not? And the mod shootions are pretty dug in.
Yeah, and these Leopard 2A1s opening up here, so we see them trading with the T-72 M1s here, but it's 2v1. I think though they've actually missed multiple times. Oh, weapon jam, though, on the 2A1.
Oh,
really big crit there on the stop of the T-72s, and Feanor needs to pull that out, but he's left there because he's microing somewhere else.
Yeah, and he's microing the Leopard 2A1 up north, trying to get in close, gets a very good hit. They get the second hit. Yes, he does.
He's going to get it, and that 2A1 is going to back out of there, but it's basically worthless for this fight right now, and the Moat Shoots are going to handily win this infantry engagement.
Yeah, they're just so much more shooting, and they're so much cheaper compared to the Panzer Grenadiers that he's going to win out in these engagements, especially in CQC.
Yeah, and I think for newer players or people that might not know that it's 20 points for a base Panzer Grenadier, it's 15 points for the base Moat Shootzen, and you amplify that over a 40-minute game. The Moat Shootzen are going to trade better, and they're going to trade more efficiently. It's a massive win there for Krot.
Yeah, it's quite funny because early on you think, oh, 5 points isn't a lot, but when you get to infantry and especially APC pricing, I mean, 5 points can make or break units.
Absolutely, they can be a massive swing. You just turn balance. We talked about the BMP ones. The drop as when User revisited the game from 15 to 10 was huge for it, making it a lot more viable in play for the game. And so we do see here Krot pushing more units around here in Delta. I mean, he just has so much firepower here. Feanor has traded, I think, a little bit worse as the course of this game has gone on against Krot. And so, I mean, all that infantry, they're dying in golf. I mean, 1-2-A-1's not going to scare Krot. I think he feels like he's in a good position. And the other one is 2 HP, basically worthless in the fight.
Indeed, indeed. Yeah, Krot's just been trading extremely efficiently here. I think his Delta tank push will go very well for him. I mean, it's just the TRA-1s just cannot stand up to the much better T-72s. And of course, the T-72s do have the advantage of the autoloaders. So even if you're getting panicked and stunned, doesn't matter, same fire rate, which is a pretty big deal, especially in CQC fights.
Yeah,
look at the high rate. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, yeah. Krot playing a little shenanigans right there as you see the half tracks going in. What do they have, a 14? Yeah, they basically have like a 50 cal strapped up there. And they're going in hot right now. Leopard 1 actually is machine gun was turned on. It's opening fire on the Moat Shootzen here. And so Krot knows where that is. You have to evacuate that. I would expect a bomber. Yep, and there it comes in. MiG-23BN right now. I'm assuming going for the Leopard 1. Yep, and should get the kill right there, and it does.
Very good.
Big win right there for Krot, giving him the +2.
I'm also happy that Krot has decided to change up the game pace a bit and turn this match into a tower defense game.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of tower defense, right?
Of course. But yeah, he's just getting blapped.
Though it would have been funny if he committed the T-72s there, because I think he could have just broke that whole position.
Yeah, oh, he's going to commit the mortars, because why not? Does he not have supplies? He does have...
I don't think he cares. I think for, sometimes the top level players in the game, they're like, the mortar is 40 points, the supply truck's, what, 30? What is that? 40.1? Yeah, it's just like, why waste supplies from my supply truck lines to buy another mortar? I mean, I guess unless we've casted players that like to get 5 or 6 of them, though, and they just shoot everywhere, which can be interesting.
The bloody mortar is going to be the thing which makes it past.
The mortar has completely made it past. He should just keep driving down the road. He can make it. Oh, he's gonna. I don't think Krot expected him to get that far because he could have rolled right into Alpha.
He could have. That's always the fun thing about the high re push on this map, because it's on a de-elevated position,
Yeah.
it's very easy to sneak on through if your opponent doesn't have anything along the ridge. Like, I've seen plays where, just Russ aim X10s down the highway, your opponent has nothing overlooking that position, and all of a sudden your, CV and your home base just got killed.
Yeah, it's one of those nice times where you usually decide to add elevation into the game.
Mm-hmm.
And it creates a very interesting dynamic.
Or seen a big push here from Feanor.
Yeah, really big push here. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the BN. There it comes, actually coming out right now. BN coming down, and this could be really deadly for Feanor. His tanks are grouped up. There are clusters. I think he still has 1 or 2 of these BNs left, and I'm looking to see if he gets a money shot here. Oh no, he missed completely.
Yeah.
He must have lost on his sight. Or he fired position and just looked away. Either way, big miss there. These 2 ones are going to collapse here on these C-72s. This could be the engagement Feanor's been waiting for this whole game. 3 of them, they're kind of ganging up on this one. Yep, there goes 1 right there. There goes 2 of them.
Ooh.
The 3rd one looking over there and engaging. Oh, they're going to rush up on the 4th one here. It's all by himself. This isn't Warner. There's no smoke launcher on the tank.
He's getting
it's down to 1 HP.
Good hit.
Oh, he's going in right now. He's got to commit. This is a massive engagement for him here. Trashing the East German armor. Was that a Tourney that just went down as well?
Yeah, down. But the thing is, there's too much East German armor. 2 more T-72s rolling from the behind at long range. The Leopard 2s just can't deal with that much. So he got some very good pickoffs. Yeah, that's the type of engagement Feanor needed.
Yeah, that was a strong engagement for him. Great timing on the attack. Krot needs to be careful. He's pushing this weakened 272 up. It's going to run right here into these Panzer Grenadiers. Yeah, weapon jam on the first Panzerfaust hit. And while his C-72 buddies are going to help him out here, he needs to get back it up. He might... Okay, he should probably save it there. That Tor's in a really aggressive spot as well.
He is. He's very concerned about ATGM planes.
He's living life on the edge. And we actually see ATGM's low coming out there from the Martyr 183s and the Milan 2 teams right there, but they miss. Yeah, so these C-72s are going to back up. He should be able to get them repaired. And, I mean, look at all the armor up north here. We see a T-72. And, getting the kill on the 2A1 there.
Ooh.
Oh, and actually, he could push Charlie. There's nothing there.
Yeah, he can very easily do that.
We see a MiG-23 being called out here. I have no idea where it's going, though. I don't think he knows either.
Listen, down south, try to hit the 2A1, but what the hell is he doing with that?
I don't know. Maybe trying to bait a fighter or something? I really have no idea. I will say Feanor made a good move there in Delta, but it doesn't feel like he has a lot to exploit it. And plus, there was so much German, T-72s that even with that amazing engagement, he still was pushed back and suffered losses as well. And yeah, here we see the MiG-23 coming in right there. It should get the kill here on this 2A1. Yeah.
Good pick-off. Yeah, he has very much an uphill battle in regards to trade, because he did not trade efficiently at the start of the match, and it has really snowballed out of control.
Yeah, and the 2A1s, he's done a good job with them. It's just you have to kind of get those 3-on-1 situations, like you saw there, to really, kind of dominate, because they do have 2 less AP, they have 2 less armor, so it's just kind of a hard ask there. Though he does still have a bunch of, there's still 3 of them here in the middle, plus the Recon Leopard 1 and a Martyr 2. Oh, and we see him actually pushing up here, so he might be able to get an engagement 2v1 here against his T-72, and that's one thing that he's been able to get quite a lot. You see the accuracy right there. Weapon jam crit. He lost sight of it, but he's just going to commit this here. Though he needs to be careful because Krot could actually flank him with these C-72s. Yeah, that's exactly what Krot's going to do.
Oh, one's got detracked!
The crits are really hurting Krot here. But good shot there from the side. I think C-72S1 trying to get the kill here, but it's just 1v2. Ooh,
It's Martyr 2. If he does his, maneuvers right, he can flank around and kill his T-72.
Yeah, absolutely. He could totally kill it. Though it looks like he's... exactly what he's going to do. Yep, he's going to come around the rear here. It's weapon jam right in the back. Yep. Martyr 2 getting a big kill there, though it does go down just blow for blow here between the 2 players the last 5-10 minutes.
Are seeing the Modchutans being brought back into Delta once again. They're going to take some casualties from the Recon Leopard, but if he manages to get those Modchutan back into the central forest position, that's really going to disallow Feanor from maneuvering his Leopard 2s up front
Oh,
again.
and Krot sending forward to T-72 S1. It is at half HP here. This is kind of a pretty risky move. He's kind of asking for that T-72 to die, but I guess he's going to do it for East Germany. He pushes up, does get a kill on the recon one. The shot's not coming out along with HGMs. Yep, and there he goes. He does go down.
Yeah, and then the cluster bomber almost, I'd say almost, getting like half HP damage on the run Leopard 2A1 up north. So, not terrible here. He still has a lot of T-72s left, and at his 4-minute mark, he's in a very Gucci position.
Yes, yeah, I think we definitely agree with that. We see that he's in Charlie here right now. Nice little armor push, backed up with infantry. Yeah, I really don't. It's looking really rough right now for Feanor. He does still have some firepower on the map, but a lot of it's injured. It's kind of disjointed and spread out. He lost another Leopard command tank. Oh, yeah, you missed the T-72 there. The Luke's actually going in the middle.
Yeah, he's going to get spotted by the Special Forces troops and actually does go down to a good old RPG shot.
Yeah, some hot RPG action right there.
Very hot. 2 for 2.
Yeah, 2 for 2. Really good. You know, give him a medal. He's going to get promoted. We do see the Leopard 2A1. I think it killed the T-72 M1. Yeah, it did. So the Mochusen will kind of be stopped here. But the damage is already done. I mean, there's 345 here left, plus 2 continuing here for Krot. And outside of some tactical outplay, which really Dutch German can't pull off. I think Krot's got this in the bag.
Yeah, he definitely does. He's just managed to trade very efficiently in this match, and it really goes to show just how good Mochusen are.
Yeah, it's just the East German infantry traded so much better throughout the course of the game. The BMP2s did a lot of good work. The cluster bomber card proved to be critical in certain engagements. And we talked about before the game, we actually missed there, making me look dumb. But it's just, it felt like the East German mechanized was actually the better deck even before the game started.
Yeah, which is weird for a base game national deck, which is not like the superpowers like USSR.
Yeah, it just shows a credit to you that, what is it, 9 years later, and you can still play base level decks like East German mechanized. And while it can be a little bit situational, it does benefit the fact it's going against another mechanized deck, right? That can't be dismissed. It does have so much firepower and tools available to it, even at this point in the game. It's just awesome to see. I love seeing East Germany get used.
Yeah, it definitely helps, like you said, going up against another mechanized deck, because your infantry just trades more efficiently. And more importantly, you don't have to deal with super heavies, because even though the T-72S runs are good, you just don't really have that much anti-super heavy stuff. You can use the Sierras, the MiG-23s, and get some hits in, but the Hinds are going to have a bit of a difficulty penetrating an M1A2.
Yeah, and so in the mech-on-mech matchup right there, I don't think it's as good as on top mech, right? Like nobody's saying that. But in this situation, it lined up really well, and it was cool to see him pick something that you normally don't see, even though, like we talk about, Mochusen are an excellent infantry unit that a lot of players just play Eastern Bloc that they want to use Mochusen.
They do. Oh, we're seeing some Mochusen roll up onto the CV.
Yeah.
In Delta here, Leopard 2A1, or 2 Leopard 2A1s are going to have something to say about that.
Yeah, and then a miss there, actually, by the last... Oh, no, he hit the other Leopard 2A1, excuse me. Oh, but the MiG-23 coming in. Yeah, and he should get the kill right there. He might get a... Oh, just... Wow. A little bit behind. Let's see if the second one can hit. Oh, and then that one gets the money shot. Yeah, that was nasty.
That's a nasty hit.
Yeah, it's funny how the clusters work. I definitely like the balance of cluster bombers in Wargame over like Steel Division 2s, where like Steel Division 2, unless like there's AA affecting the spread, it's basically an insta kill. There's no dodging that thing. It's you're dead. That Ju-87 cluster bomber sees you, bye-bye. Whereas there is an aspect of dodging in Wargame, and actually in Warno as well. The Leopard 2A1 actually busted out from Charlie and sent it into golf. There's only 38 seconds left, but he is sending it right now, looking for that CV in golf with the one Mochusen 9 squad getting a side shot, but he misses.
Yeah, and the AMX is coming in clutch here. The CV infantry are going to get out of dodge, which is definitely a smart move. I think it's all, for Feanor, what he needs to do is kill the CV in 20 seconds. Probably not going to happen, but...
But that Leopard 2A1 who went through so much stuff right there in the day, his homies all died, but he's still. Oh, there's still one left. There's one other one left, hanging out back there in the back of Delta. But yeah, really big win there from Krot. But also like a very entertaining game for the entirety of it.
Yeah, a pretty standard 1000 KD ratio, which is different, which to be expected in a match like that. But really good job. That was a fun mech on mech battle. And usually when Rod's mechanized decks, it can be a bit slow and grindy. But that was both players were back and forth. They had some very good tank engagements. You can tell these are top level players with how they're microing their tanks, using smoke efficiently. But yeah, Modfusion comes out on top.
Yeah, and we like to be unbiased here when we present, but I can't help but say that I'm happy to see the East Germany walk away with the W in the match there. And it's just cool. It's just cool to see really great gameplay by both players. You can, like you said, you can tell they're at the top of their game. The micro involved, the decision making that sometimes it's really small, but you can see where they, especially Krot and some of those tank engagements within Feanor, and towards the end there, that big tank engagement, realizing, hey, now is the time where I can actually strike and get a lot of damage. The problem was he was just too far behind for that to really affect the overall outcome of the game. But super entertaining to watch, and GGs to both players.
GGs indeed. And yeah, once again, Graham, thank you very much for joining.
Thank you for having me.
And as usual, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. And please just take it easy.